Okay. Hello for those people who are already joining. It's lovely to see you here. I've got 4 participants. Thank you so much for choosing to come to this seminar. So I'm Emma Whittle from the Goethe Institut, and what would be really lovely, because I've got the chat here, is while we're waiting for other people to join, is just to pop in the chat any experiences that you've had with the Goethe Institut. Maybe you've been to visit us here at in South Kensington at the actual Goethe Institute building, or maybe you've been in Glasgow to visit us, or in one of our other Goethe Institutes around the world, or maybe you have some kind of link with the Goethe Institute, maybe you've ordered some things from us, anything you can tell me so I'm not speaking into an abyss. I can see there's a few people here already, so it would be really lovely just to hear anything, any experiences you've had with the Goethe Institute, maybe things that you're hoping to learn from today, just anything that can tell me about who I've got here listening to my talk today. But thank you so much for coming at this time. It's a funny time, Friday evening, so I really appreciate you having made the effort to come and join us here. So a few questions that I'm asking for people as they're joining me today. So I've got 6 of you already. Hello, welcome. Has anyone brought a school here to the Goethe Institute? I'm here in South Kensington, and today it would be really lovely to hear from you if that's the case. Is there anyone who has made any orders from us here at the Goethe Institute? Maybe you've ordered some things for your classroom, maybe some posters or anything like that. Some of our goodies that we have on offer here. Maybe you're planning to come to our German Teacher Day. This is someone from Switzerland. This is amazing. Okay, I wish I was in Switzerland now. So you're teaching the Goethe certificates from A2 to C1. Love to know more about resources, past papers or work on student book, whatever other resources. Lovely. Okay, we'll speak a little bit about that later. So no, you haven't got a link, Carrie, okay, with the Goethe Institute, but you're a British student in Geneva. We've got people from all over. This is very exciting. Studying German, French, translation and interpretation. Well, welcome here. That's really lovely to hear. And someone who's used the DLL resources, fantastic. I'll be speaking a little bit about that later as well. That's on some of my slides that I've got here. So we've got people international today. That's the amazing thing, isn't it, about doing this virtually. Can I spell that? This is Tbilisi, Georgia. I think I said that correctly. You're a German teacher in the British International School. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so in Georgia, Goethe Institute here doesn't do very much. Well, I don't like to hear that. This is not good news. So if you want to, if your Goethe Institute in Georgia is not doing very much, then please just get in contact with us here, the Goethe Institute London. I'll be giving out our contact details a little bit later. It's on the slides that you've got access to. So please do. So you were in Sri Lanka. They were very active in Sri Lanka. That's really great to hear. Okay, wonderful. I don't have any contacts with the Goethe Institute in Sri Lanka actually, but that's amazing that they're very active there too. Okay, gosh. All these international people, you see, if we weren't doing this virtually, then you wouldn't have been able to make it to London. So that's really lovely to hear from you. So please keep using the chat. It's just so great to hear who we've got on here. And so I can tailor it a bit more. You're in Surrey. Well, no, that's fine. My sister lives in Surrey. I actually live in Hertfordshire. I'm not in London myself. So Surrey is a very nice part of the world. Very lovely too. We're just going to wait another minute or so, 30 seconds or so before I share my slides with you, but keep the messages coming. It's so lovely to hear from people, to have fans of the Goethe Institute here, or to have any questions that you have about things that we do here. Okay, so I think I'm going to just keep writing the messages. I'm going to share my screen with you now. So I'm just going to go on to here, that's right, and go on to my PowerPoint, and I'm just checking that everything is good. So here we go, and we're just going to go from the beginning. So I need to go all the way back. Hang on a minute. Okay, I think I'm just going to have to, oh, Should we do that? Yeah, okay. So just technically, just wait a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go on to here and onto there. That's right. And then go back. Okay, so bear with me, everyone. We'll get there in a second. I'm just going to share my screen with you. So keep coming up with the messages. It's really wonderful to hear where you're coming from, where you're any experiences that you have. Oh, we've got some more experiences there as well with the Goethe Institute. So hopefully all of you can see my screen now. I'm just going to go from the beginning here. So I can still, I'll see the chat afterwards. So please keep popping those messages in. It's really lovely just to keep talking and sharing where everyone is. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about, first of all, I'm Emma Whittle. I'm a project coordinator here at the Goethe Institute in the Educational Services Department. And today we're going to talk about new projects and opportunities for teachers and learners of German from the Goethe Institute. I've said UK, but obviously our materials are available for just all around the world, really. Just go on to Goethe London or any of our Goethe Institute websites, and you'll find out about lots of exciting projects that are being offered there. So these are just some of the things this year that we've been able to offer. So some of the highlights, we've sent some people over to the St. Pauli football camp in Hamburg. We've worked together with Northwest Europe, so some of our Scandinavian Goethe Institutes as well, to send students over there to play football and to learn some German at the same time. We've had a really exciting exhibition here in London called the UMI exhibition that students have come and seen. We've got teaching resources we had for the Women's Euros. We had a holiday camp recently, all about quantum physics, which was quite hard for me. I didn't really know much about it. Learned some about that during the week, and they learned some German on that camp too. We've got a cooking project coming up. Careers Roadshow. For those of you in the UK, we've already been to Cardiff, to Glasgow, to Manchester. We're about to go to Northern Ireland, Newcastle and Northern Ireland. So that's also something, hopefully, that will come to you. And if you're not in the UK, I know that the Career Roadshow is also traveling around. So I know also countries in Scandinavia and possibly further afield, they'll pick up some of our ideas from the UK here and have one there. I think in the USA, so the lady who was from Georgia, that's also happened there too. So it's an opportunity for students to learn about careers with German. I'm going to talk to you today about student motivation, professional development, and also teaching materials that we have here too. Okay, so first of all, lots of things that we're doing for student motivation at the moment. So you can see lots of different schemes that are happening here via the Goethe Institute, and you can see that we're doing quite a lot, which I'm going to explain a bit more to you about. So we have some young Goethe ambassadors here at across the country, actually. And these are students either at university or A-level students. And this is great because they come either virtually or they come to the Goethe Institute and they give talks to primary and secondary schools and presentations, motivational presentations that they have here as well, just to encourage people to get along with to carry on with their German. So that's also really great here. Okay, we have professional and personal development that they get through being a young Goethe as well. So carrying on, we've also had the Careers Roadshow, which I spoke to you a little bit about just now. And this was a traveling roadshow. And this was great because we managed to reach lots and lots of school kids, so hundreds of school children around the country. So not just based in London, which we've had lots of projects based here, but also in other parts of the country too. This was for teenagers and university students. And as you can see, that's all of us here, some of us from the team here in the BKD from the Goethe Institute London. At the stand, we're giving out lots of different prizes and things for things. And we even had the German ambassador who came to see us there as well. We've got more dates in 2023 coming, so we're hoping to visit some more cities within the UK for that too. German for your classroom. So We have some great stuff on offer here that you can send off for. So we have information material, we have films to loan from our library here, and poster exhibitions. And then we've also got a calendar for those of you coming to our German Teacher Day very soon in the coming weeks. You might be able to pick one of those up for yourselves for 2023. So that's German for the classroom. School visits, I mentioned a little bit about this at the start. So we welcome here to this amazing building here in South Kensington, school groups, so that's primary or secondary schools. Come and experience the Goethe Institute for yourself. We have film screenings, we have workshops, and what's really great is we have Stein's Berlin restaurant, which is right next door. And in there, you can have lots of lovely German specialities, so treat yourself to something there too. So in development, we've got VR projects. So we've bought a whole set of virtual reality goggles here, and you give the opportunity to use these within schools. And this is something we're working on. So we're developing with Siemens and NG UK materials that can be used within the classroom, and giving students a possibility of actually doing some virtual reality work as well with German. So we're really excited about that. So that's something that we're hoping to develop further for next year. So going on to professional development, so these slides that you'll have access to, these slides also enable you there's lots of links here that you can go on to discover opportunities with German, so self-paced, in person, in the UK and in Germany, and online. So lots of possibilities for your own professional development here. So going on, we had professional development wise, Get Vico. This is a 24-hour virtual German teachers conference. We had the latest one a few weeks ago, and the next one is going to be in October 2023. And this is a chance for an exchange of ideas for teachers all over the world. It's very exciting, all German teachers from loads of different countries. And if it's something that you're interested in, then look on our website for details on how to apply for that. Okay, it says, I would love calendar, but there's no primary teachers day planned in London I can see. Well, this is good that you're telling me about this, because I'm here to be able to tell you that we are planning something like that. So thank you for that message. It's really important that you write me these messages in the chat so I can answer these things. Yes, there is going to be one. But watch this space. So we haven't forgotten about you primary school teachers. That will happen. Okay, so please, again, watch this space for information on that. This is the German Teachers Day for secondary, sorry, not primary this time, coming soon, but for secondary school teachers. I've heard today that there's possibly only 1 or 2 places left. So if you still want to come, you are in the region of London, you fancy coming here on the November the 26th, date for Glasgow to be confirmed, but please do look on our website, look on the newsletter if you've got that, but look on our website and enroll for that. But do it soon. As I say, 1 or 2 places left. We could not believe how many teachers are wanting to take part in that this year. Is there an exchange for adult education teachers is asked here. So are you thinking about an exchange with the UK? Is that right, Carmen? If you write me just there what sort of an exchange you're thinking about there, because that sounds like an interesting question. Okay, so remember, 1 or 2 places left if you want to sign up for that. Okay, so going on. We also have, if you can't make it to London, we've actually got a virtual German Teachers Day, and the title for this is, sorry, you mean a teacher day for adult education teachers, Carmen. So there isn't one planned at the moment, but again, it's really good that you are sending me messages like this, because this is something that I'll note down, and what a good idea. We need more of these days, don't we, for everyone who's involved in German teaching. You're also an adult education teacher, Anya, and would have liked to have joined. Okay, that's also interesting. I've noted all this down, and that's something that I'll bring up with the team. Okay, and exchanges, I'll speak about that in a second. Actually, that's a really good question. So information on teacher training and events, exchanging and networking. This is the virtual Teachers' Day. So that's happening in February 2023. If you didn't manage to get a place on this one at the moment, and maybe you are interested in a day all about diversity and a virtual one, so you don't have to travel, that's one that you can attend there. Okay, so online teacher training. This is the Deutsch Divers. So if you're interested in creating, collecting, being part of, having access to teaching materials that represent the diverse societies of the German-speaking countries, this is your thing. This is happening this month and next month, so 24th of November and the 2nd of December. So please do look out for that on our website if that's something that interests you. Carrying on, we have so much to talk about, but I say all these slides will be available to you afterwards as well. So if you have any questions about this, I've got all the links on the slides too. So for those of you who are teaching German and feel that you want to upskill, so maybe your level is more sort of B1, B2, I mean, it really does go all the way up to C, but if you're one of these people, then please take a look at our materials on the website for Deutsch lernen, okay? I'm not going to read through all the slides here, but all the information is on here. It starts in 2023, you can see, starts in January. So sign up for that if you are interested. It's 8 weeks online, and then there's also online live sessions and a project at the end in weeks 7 to 8. Okay, there is an application fee of 150, but I did hear today from my colleague that there are possibly grants available for this as well. So please do write to us and ask us for more information if that's something for you. So again, if you are a teacher, maybe you're not so close to London or to Glasgow, to somewhere where we're running events, and virtual is the way to go, then once a year we have a virtual meeting for trainers, okay? So this is a podcast for the extension of teacher of training competence. That might be some of you who've just written me messages there of interest to you. There's also the self-learning course on education for sustainable development, okay? So this is something for trainers as well as teachers. Again, on our website, there are links to that. If if you're teaching German and you're confident about your German, but you know what, you're just conversing maybe with other teachers or with students there, and you really feel that a conversation course with native speakers is something that would be useful to you to refresh your German. This is also something that we offer. It's a 10-week course, and there are start dates for 2023. So again, on our website, have a look at that and join us for a conversation course. So this is geared towards secondary school teachers, and you're going to be talking about current topics and things that will help you with your spoken skills. Again, see, we offer so much to teachers and trainers just for professional development. These are specialist online courses again, so those of you who don't want to come to London. And for this, there are scholarships available too. So please have a look on for this. And so again, it's consolidation of language skills, and this is level B1 right the way up to C2 as well. Scholarships full stop. You know, what's always, I think, amazing about the Goethe Institute, that they offer teachers the possibility of going to Germany, of doing a language course or taking part in a seminar. And all of this you can get for free because you can apply for a scholarship. However, I've got it written here, you only have until the 20th of November to apply for a scholarship if you wish to do something like this next summer. The courses are taking place. So if this is something for you, in your summer holidays, you fancy going over to, and they take part in lots of different cities all over Germany. If this is something you're interested in, then please do have a look at the website. But as I say, the 20th is the one that you need to, the date you need to apply to. I've got a question here. So there was a question earlier, would there be any possibility to join these events online? So I think I've given you a few things that are virtual now that we're offering. And here we have you ever thought about offering work placement programs for Brits learning German? It's also impossible to find ones that aren't restricted to uni students or grads. Well, this is very interesting because at the Careers Roadshow, we spoke to lots of university students actually about possibilities, because they're even finding it hard, those who are doing German degrees, about getting a placement. And I know I'm speaking about university students, but getting in contact with the DAAD, so it's the Deutsch Akademische Austauschdienst, they're based in London, they have an office in London, they have a website. They are really good about finding placements for university students. And especially, there were some really interesting ones I heard about to do with sciences. So I think you'd have to apply quite soon for that, but if that's something that would interest you. Work placement programs for Brits learning German. I think this is a great idea. This is why I love coming to this kind of conference, but you give us ideas. I'm going to note that down now. I think obviously with Brexit, things like that have become much more difficult, but it's something I've noted down and I will definitely look into, okay? So thank you for these questions. Please keep them coming, because what I don't want to do is just talk at you. It's really lovely to hear your questions and to be able to hear what people really want to hear about, as well as me talking through all the possibilities that we have here. So this is interesting. You could also contact Halsbury Travel. They do language immersion work experience placements. I didn't know that, Ellie. Thank you so much for that message, because that's something I'm sure that will interest other people as well. I didn't know that they organize something like that. And that's useful for me to know, because we get all sorts of emails actually from people asking questions like that. So again, I'm just going to note that down. Thank you, Ellie. That's really, that's a fantastic piece of information there. Thank you. So going on, we have, as I said, we've got the scholarships here, and we're going on to teaching materials. So I know there are a lot of things out there. Some of it's quite pricey. A lot of it you make yourselves. You know, there's some amazing materials being made out there. I'm on several Facebook groups and I just see some really great stuff within the German teaching community. But the Goethe Institute also has things on offer too. So if you can fit that around the stuff that you're making as well, it's free of charge. I think that's really important, when I think a lot of us are paying quite hefty sums for getting online access to sort of the teacher book for certain courses, and things, you know, are getting really expensive out there. So please do have a look by clicking here on the on this on PowerPoint, on this link, to see what we have on offer. I'm going to play for you, this is for the primary teachers amongst you. So Felix and Franzi is a course for primary learners of German. This is offered for free. It's for Key Stage 2. It's very close to my heart because I helped to write these materials in the last 10 years. Oh, lovely. M. Devon says, we love F&F. We love Felix and Franzi. That makes me feel very happy. We had such a laugh putting these materials together, making these videos, and creating the songs as well. It took us quite a few years to put them together, but we love doing this. Now I'm hoping that you'll be able to hear this video. Please tell me if not. I'm going to play it, put in the chat if you can't hear it.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hallo.
Hallo. Guten Morgen.
Das ist der Zoo. Der Zoo Berlin.
Guten Morgen.
Hallo.
Guten Tag.
Hallo Felix, hallo Franzi, hallo guten Morgen, hallo guten Tag.
Hallo.
That was just a little clip from Felix and Franzi. I hope you enjoyed that. There are lots of schools using this, but please do. We use Goethe Spinne, Spaß und Spiele, and Schwuppdiwupp, oh, die kleine graue Maus in our primary. Really love these books. Are there any similar ones coming out? Do you know what? That's so lovely to hear, because they were written by the two other people in my team who the three of us developed Felix and Franzi. Unfortunately, they're not working for us at the moment. They've moved on. No more books as far as I know, but I'm still in contact with them, and I'm going to pass on that message. You never know, there may be another book lurking there. I'm going to pass on that message. Felix and Franzi have been on lots of German holidays with me. Marianne, hello Marianne, I'm so glad that you've joined us today. I remember you doing some amazing things with Felix and Franzi, and you've also made some puppets for Carla and Kai, I seem to remember. They were puppets for the next 2 years of learning German for primary that we also developed here at the Goethe Institute. Lovely to have you here, Marianne. Okay, so more concepts and materials. There's just a few of them. One of the students' mums made the Carl and Kai. I thought it was you who'd done that, but that's amazing. Okay, so these are things that are coming soon. So we've still got Felix and Franzi, obviously. I'm just going to go through a couple of the things that are new. So for those of you in secondary schools, the BKD dossiers. So these are things that are again under development. We've got some things up there already. We're working on these. So please have a look on our website. There is background information here, materials for the classroom, interviews, handouts, etc., etc. The topics that we've done so far are on health, music, women's football, and there are some more coming. So as I say, watch this space. These are ones I don't remember back in the day. I was teaching German for over 20 years. I remember coming to the Goethe Institute and having sort of photocopying the old folders that they used to have in the library, and now we've put it all online. So very exciting. Okay, this is also something that you need to know about. This is called Deutschstunde. Now, have you ever thought, wow, Goethe produced so many things, but I can't remember which Goethe Institute it was that produced that and how to find those different materials. Well, the Goethe Institute in Munich have decided to solve this problem. Oh, we've got some hearts, thank you. They have put everything together under this portal. It's called Deutschstunde. Okay, and again, I've given you a link here. If you click on that, it's got everything on there. So all the Goethe Institutes, you can imagine in all the countries, most countries have a Goethe Institute, and that means they're all producing materials. And that means there's so much stuff on there. There's a search engine. Have a look at that. I really encourage you to play around with that. There's so much stuff on there. Okay, everything on one platform. Two things that I have discovered recently, app Lyrica. There's some great, this is a really good app that you can work with on song lyrics, but I'm a big fan of this Deine Band. I don't know if anyone else has come across this for secondary. I was at the big German teachers conference in Vienna. I don't know if anyone was there over the summer, and they actually played live this band, Deine Band. So I'm going to play you just a little clip actually from one of the songs. If you go, this was a cooperation between us here and Deine Band, which is Deutsche Welle. And we were together, the Goethe Institute and Deutsche Welle produced these videos. It's a real band, and I think they're going to be touring as well. There are loads of really cool materials to go with. So we'll just have a little look at this.
Du sitzt da und stapelst deine Liebe sorgfältig nach dem Wert auf. Und penibel führst du eine Liste, was geht rein und was geht raus. Du verkaufst nichts unter Wert, weil du nicht bescheuert bist. Und wenn sich dir mal jemand nähert, weißt du gleich, ob es zu teuer ist.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it there. So with this, I don't know if any of you have used some of the Deutsche Welle materials before, but when I was teaching sixth form over the last few years, I found the materials really high quality. And I think young people would really enjoy some of these songs as well. So if that's something that you can use, then please do go onto the website and have a look at that. Someone's asked, will the slides be available? You can't click on the links at the moment or the codes, I'm afraid, because I'm in present mode. So if after here, all of this will be available to you, and then you will be able to click on the links. They all work, and you'll be able to get through to this after I've done my talk. So please, yes, that's absolutely something you can do afterwards. Okay, so going on, I'm just going to, so I'm coming out of the video now, and just going on to the next slide. So should just, yeah, okay. So these are two more things. No, that's absolutely fine. Thank you. That you can use. So those of you who have been to the Goethe Institute recently or had anything to do with us, you may have got one of our flyers or this map. On the back of the flyer is the Deutschlandkarte. And this collage is really cool. So if you get your phone and you can scan in, and there's lots of different codes on the map, and it will take you through to different exercises to do with different parts of Germany. My Way to Germany is something that may be of interest to you. Those are for students who are going to be spending some time in Germany. It's just all about how you go about even planning everything to do with living in Germany and sort of finding your way around. So that might be useful to you. I've got the link on there too. Okay. If you're a TikTok person, you may have seen anyone been on this, on the Goethe TikTok? Anyone there? Okay, this is quite nice. Learn German for free with the Goethe Institute. And we've got this host with tips and tricks and Erklärungen. I think it's quite fun, so have a look at that. Deutsch für dich is something you can sign up to. If you register on there, there's all sorts of really good stuff, and it's free too. Is there anyone in our Facebook group on here, I wonder? Okay, so the Facebook group, you can join by clicking on the link here. Yes, there's someone here who's a member, brilliant. And on here we sort of update you on projects and sort of give you the most up-to-date news, really, what's happening here at the Goethe Institute. This is the Kinderuni. This is something coming for 2023. This would interest, I think, all the way from primary up to secondary. These are new videos that are being have been produced, in fact, with lots of materials that go with it. I think it's really fun. I'm going to show you a very short clip sort of to show the puppets in motion. A lot of it is about sort of scientific things, lots of different topics that would interest the children. And as I say, lots of activities to go with them too. So something brand new for next year. So do watch out for this. I'm just going to play you a little click here.
So, liebe Studierende, jetzt wird musiziert. 1 und 1 und 1, 2, 3.
Stopp!
Was ist denn? Gefällt Ihnen meine Musik nicht?
Herr Professor, das ist keine Musik, das ist ein höllischer Lärm. Da laufen uns ja alle Studenten weg.
Okay, so this is the one from that. Absolutely loads of videos on there. The website actually is already
liebe
available.
Studierende.
Okay, so please do have a look at that. And I love those puppets. I mean, I was a big fan of the Muppets. So just having those puppets talking and going on about scientific things. And then it actually cuts to videos that were filmed in Germany on all sorts of different topics. I think it's great. I'm a big fan. So take a look at that. Okay, there is our newsletter. I hope that you've all signed up for the newsletter. If you haven't, then please do, when you have access to the code, scan in on there or click on that link, and that will take you through to being able to sign up for that. So that comes out once a month, and that covers all our sort of up-to-date projects and everything that's happening. We are the Goethe Institute UK is not only located in London, but also in Glasgow. And that's one of the reasons we had our Careers Roadshow up in Glasgow too. So we have a lot going on in Glasgow as well as down in London. So if you're kind of in the middle, you can choose which way. If you're further up north, then please do watch out for things that are happening in Glasgow too. There is our details. There are our details. So please do get in contact with us. Send us an email. Any questions? We had some questions today. Anything that you want to ask us. And we've got a team here at Teacher Services. We're a very friendly team. And we'd love to hear from you. Any questions that you have about anything to do with German teaching. I'm going to say here, danke für Ihre Aufmerksamkeit. Thank you so much for listening. This is your possibility to ask me any questions that you have. I'm just going to stop sharing here and come back to see you here. So yes, I would love to hear any comments that you have. Would be lovely, or any questions that you have as well. I thank you so much for taking part today. I hope that we see lots of you at the Teachers' Day here at the Goethe Institute. If not, please do come and visit us with your classes, or please just send us an email with any questions that you have about anything at all to do with teaching German. Thank you to those people who posted some messages or some questions for things that you would like us still to do. And thank you also for those people who put down some good pointers for me of things to look into. Very useful indeed. Will there be an Olympiad next year? I'm going to just ask my colleague Manuela, who's just here. Is there going to be an Olympiad next year? She's just thinking. I've put her on the spot. Every 2 years. Okay, so not next year, but the year after. Okay. BBC Super Movers German videos. No, I have not seen this. I'm noting that down. I'm going to have a look at that because that sounds great. Now, okay, I'm going to click on that and have a look. Thank you very much. Thank you, Anya. Thank you, everyone who made it today. And for those of you who are watching the recording, I hope that you found the materials that we presented today of use to you. And please just do get in contact if there's anything else that you should be doing. You were the consultant. Oh, yes, I know that you were the consultant. Actually, I just remembered, Marianne, you told me that last time I met you. Fantastic. I'm going to have a look at those. So great. Okay, lovely. Is there anything else anyone would like to ask? I'm hanging around just for a few minutes here, just to hear any comments that you have, anything you want to ask me. I'll just hang on for 2 minutes if there's anyone else who wants to say anything. Anyone want to make a comment? And I know some people have said in the past, oh, you're based in London, but actually we're doing so many virtual things. So I'm hoping that you'll be able to, if you can't join us in London, able to join us virtually at some point, or just contact us if you've got any questions about materials or anything like that. We can just send you these things in the post, or send you a link, anything like that. We're here for you. So please do consider getting in contact. We love hearing from people. We love to have feedback. We're putting all these projects out there, but it's really great just to hear what you think of them, whether they've been a success, any feedback, anything that you would like to tell us about. That might inform us for future projects and might give us some new ideas. Do you still have cinema evenings? Thank you, Carmen, for that question. We do. So two possibilities there. First of all, the cultural side of the Institute. And of course, we're not just all about language learning here. This is also a cultural institute. And they have film screenings. If you look on the German Institute website, and it gives you an event list, so a plan of all of that. And we have regular evening film screenings that happen. We also, if you wanted to bring a school group, we have our big cinema, and we have lots of films on offer there. We've got some new ones actually that we've just had delivered. Our newest one is When Hitler Stole Pink Rabbit. That's a one that's very up to date. We've only shown that once. So if you're interested in coming with your groups to that, that's a really good one. So yes, please do come for film screenings. And we have other cultural and sort of art events and things that happen here. Again, on the website for the Goethe Institute, just have a look there. There's all sorts that's happening. What was the name of the BBC videos? It was the BBC Super Movers. BBC Super Movers. And I think, Marianne, that will probably be for primaries, geared towards primary school children, I think, if you're still on here, Marianne. But I know Marianne does a lot for primary German. So I would imagine those videos are geared towards that. So they are called Super Movers, done through the, yes, primary. Thank you, Marianne. Okay, so geared towards primary level students there. I wonder if, is there anyone on here who wasn't here earlier, who uses the Felix and Francie stuff? Just to remind you, of course, that at Key Stage 2, there's also the Carla and Kai's. There's 4 years of materials that covers. And when we do host our next primary event, we'll make sure that we cover all of those materials as well and give you kind of an update on what's available there. All of that, by the way, is on that new portal, the Deutschstunde. So all the Felix and Francie stuff is on there too. So if you're kind of having problems finding things on our website or finding materials, then please do have a look at the Deutschstunde. And the link, as I say, is in the slides that I will share with you after here, and you'll get a copy of those to be able to get through to the link. Just had a look at the new portal. It looks interesting. Good, Marianne. Yes, well, I'm hoping there's a good mixture of primary and secondary on there. Am I right in thinking that? I mean, I've looked at a lot of the secondary stuff. I haven't looked so much at the primary, but I know Felix and Francie is on there. So hopefully you've got plenty of things that are of interest. I mean, that's the great thing about the Goethe Institute, isn't it? That, it's not just the materials that we're producing in London. If you think of all those countries where there are Goethe Institutes and departments like ours, and they're all producing stuff on, every kind of project you can imagine, really. You'll find stuff on there, videos, materials, links to different things that you can use. And I also know that on YouTube, all of our videos, the Goethe Institute, I don't know if you knew that, but the Goethe Institute also has a YouTube channel. And on the YouTube channel, you have all of the videos that have ever been made. I think even going back to Hallo aus Berlin, if anyone remembers back to those videos as well, they're still to be found. I used those in the early days of teaching on there. Okay, so are there any other questions, anything anyone wants to put in? My focus is finding primary resources with diverse speakers of German. Okay, well, have a look on the portal, and please, Marianne, please get in contact and tell me if you've had any luck on there. And if you haven't, then please do send me an email, and we'll do a bit more searching for you, because I think there's definitely, there must be some good resources like that with diverse speakers of German. I'm absolutely positive. Have a little look, and then please do get in contact if you don't have any luck finding any of that. Any other questions that I have? So there's a question and answer thing on here too. So please do post me a question in the last few minutes before I stop the seminar. If there's anything else that that you wanted to ask here, please do go ahead and pop that in the question, and I'll try and answer. If not, I can also get an email to you to answer those questions that I couldn't today. So there's still 6 of you here. Anyone out of those 6 like to ask me anything else? I'm in the office here at the Goethe Institute. The whole team is here. So any questions about anything, and I'm hoping that someone here can answer that. Okay, if not, I'm going to first of all say thank you so much for attending. There's people who are still here, and I hope that you'll be able to use some at least of the materials that I've been presenting to you today, and I hope also to be able to meet you at some point at one of our many events that we have on offer. So I'm going to stop the seminar now. Have a lovely evening, have a lovely weekend, enjoy the rest of the talks. I know there's some really interesting things coming up over the weekend. Have a lovely evening and hope to see you soon. Auf Wiedersehen und tschüss.